What up, Dokkanners? It is time for Chain Battle. This Chain Battle is a joint one with Global and JP taking on Lord BEERUS. Actually, BEERUS is involved in not only Chain Battle, but Burst Mode as well, so stay tuned for the Burst Mode video as well if it's not already been posted. So for this one, the advantageous categories are Realm of Gods, Legendary Existence, and Universe 6. So the units that you want to be bringing primarily are going to be Champa, Hito, and God Goku. So let's take a look at the support lines. This is what we've got for the support lines. How you normally guys want to be going about doing this is you want to filter out the three main categories: Realm of Gods, Legendary Existence, and Universe 6, and make sure it is a set to partial match. When you do, a bunch of units with blue sparklies will appear, but also there will be the occasional red sparkly. You obviously want to be picking the red sparklies. Now, some of this work has already been done for us, courtesy of the incredible Misaka on Twitter, so shout out to Misaka. This graphic here basically covers everything that you need to know. For the super side, the support line has to be God Goku, and basically that, just God Goku. If you're not able to obtain all of these different God Gokus through your experiences in summoning or just playing the game in general, then you're going to have some other fallback options down here, like for example the Super Saiyan Goku, who is the Dokkan Awakened version of this unit right here, which is the SSR free-to-play God Goku, which by the way you can use to boost the super attack of every other God Goku here. Further down the list, you can bring Ultra Instincts, Transforming Goku, Whis. There are a few options on the super side if you are not able to bring all God Gokus, but generally this is the support line you want to be seeing and setting up for yourself. So what you see right here, this is my set of God Gokus, and the Int God Goku right here is the pre-awakened version of the TUR one. I made sure to bring him and not the Super Saiyan. Now for the extreme side, it's a little bit tougher because you do the exact same thing. You filter out those three categories, and you're not going to be seeing nearly as many red sparklies. The main ones you're going to be seeing are the Champas, which is what we've got right here. So the key to probably the best support line you could ever come across would be having rainbow versions of all four of the Champas that exist. As you can see here, the physical SSR and TUR have to be here. The Int free-to-play from the World Tournament and the STR free-to-play from the story event. These four SSRs or one TUR have to be there for you to have one of the most appealing support lines out there. If you don't, you're going to have to rely on the hits, and unfortunately aside from that, nothing else really applies. So when you go in here and you don't have enough hits or Champas, this might be tough for some of you guys. I would recommend maybe God Goku might be the next best thing, because Realm of Gods, big bad bosses, there's some nice linking that you can get with other God Gokus like the Rose and the base form. So maybe the God Gokus could work. I'm not exactly sure. If there's any further updates, I will let you guys know in the pinned comment, because this is a joint first, so neither version has actually done this chain battle before, so there is no precedent that's been set. This is all kind of venturing into unknown territory, so we're going to be kind of learning as we go along. Since this is night one, hour one, things are subject to change over the next couple of days. I will try to keep you guys updated in the pinned comment. So for me, my support line consists of 4 Champas, and the rest are hits, which basically follows in line with the graphic here. But if you don't have those, best of luck to you. That's just chain battle for you. So now for the connectors, you want to be having the Dokkan Festival physical God Goku, which is something that some of you may not necessarily have. And if that's the case, well, then your next best option would be the S rank, which is the STR God Goku, followed by the Int one. And then on the extreme side, it's got to be Champa. So if you don't have the TUR Champa, bring the SSR Champa. If not for that, bring the Int free to play. If not for that, STR free to play. After that, I guess it would be hit, if anything. So let's see what some of the scores are. I've already done a couple of runs because I wanted to make sure I knew what was going on here. And spoiler alert, I don't. This one's actually kind of tough for me. So the God Goku is the primary attacker. That's what you want. And here's a rare thing. For global, actually, I believe we're going to be having the higher skewed total amount of scores because we have the LR God Goku EZA, whereas JP does not. Now, normally you would want to say, yay, global dub. But actually, because of that fact, the scores are generally going to be higher, which could, I guess, theoretically make it tougher for some people to get that 1%. So, yeah, God Goku is the attacker. The connector, as I said, Dokkan Festival physical. And then the TUR physical Champa is the extreme connector. So let's try to emulate the same thing. My score that I already got wasn't so good. It was a 121. This is what I'd done so far. I used the LR God Goku. I used the physical Dokkan Festival connector. I tried to get as many God Gokus as I could, but I just wasn't able to crack beyond 121. So I instead decided to wait 30 minutes for the support lines to reset, because every 30 minutes, the top of the hour, the bottom of the hour, the support lines will reset. So for example, here, I wasn't able to get a good setup. So now I'm going to go back in and do that. One other key, probably the biggest key to the top 1% score that you could get, is the extreme support line has to have all 4 Champas. I feel like that is the game changer. That is the #1 thing you have to have. If you have that, that will catapult your score into the stratosphere. Now, that's going to be very difficult for a lot of people. So as far as that being, you know, a possible guarantee for you, that might not necessarily be the case, but that's something that I've observed over my few attempts so far. So now let's try this again. I've got a couple of runs left in me. I got about 3 refreshes left. So I'll probably just use them all here. So we've got the God Goku in place. Let's set up the physical Dokkan Festival as the primary connector. And then here's the extreme side. Okay, so now here, the Super Saiyan Goku is the odd man out. As you can see here, that unit is in the B class. We don't want that. We want to have just God Gokus filling up the S and the A class. So let's not use that one. Let's go for something else. This one looks pretty good. It's got rainbow versions of every single unit. The only thing is that AGL God Goku. This is why the Misaka graphics are so incredibly useful. The AGL God Goku is down in the B tier. So this is a really good setup. But if we can find something that doesn't have that, I would prefer that. But the #1 thing you want to look out for is the Dokkan Festival and LR God Goku being together. So we're going to keep that one for now. Let's go to the extreme side. Here we've got the 4 Champas together, which is really good. Really, really good. I don't think we can actually get anything much better than that, because that gives us the A and B tier for the hits, which are literally the 2 best things. So I think my extreme support is the absolute best it could possibly be, minus that int Champa being a rainbow. So aside from that, let's see if we can find something better on the super side. I don't know if we're gonna find anything int. No, not here. This one appears to be pretty decent. All right, you know what? We're just gonna go with this. We're just gonna go with this one. Let's just see how it goes. We have that 1 B tier God Goku, but still, it's better than having a Super Saiyan. So let's see how we do. And I know, you know, Whale, having played for a long time, this is generally going to be a lot easier for people who've been around for a while. I understand. I mean, Chain Battle is a very difficult event. I understand why some people don't like it. Okay, so looking at the setup. Ooh. Actually, who do I go for? Do I go for the Champas or do I go for the God Gokus? I'm gonna do the God Gokus. We're gonna run it back again, and we're gonna try the Champas if this score doesn't reach the goal that I'm looking for. 143 was the highest score that I saw so far. So I would imagine this would be around like 138 at least. I could be totally wrong. Chain Battle, I mean, I'm not a Chain Battle god yet. I'm working there. I'm working there. Shout out to the real Chain Battle gods. Oh! Okay. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. All we got to do is shore up that AGL God Goku there. All right, we're going to run that exact same setup back again. And now we're going to try to do that same thing, but with Champa. So let's see if we can do that. So let's do the exact same thing. And we're going to do that with Champa as the 3 units that we choose. Where is... There he is. Okay. So let's run that back. After this one, I'm going to do one more attempt, and I'm just going to basically burn all my runs for the day, all right? I'm doing this in the name of science. I'm going to burn my final run using units that you would not, or you would have to settle for if you don't have the Dokkan Festival. So let's see if the God Gokus and the Champas make a difference. Oh, man, there's not enough. Oh, there's not enough. I totally would have. Come on. All right, well, I'm gonna have to use the TUR God Gokus instead. I would have totally used Champas if we had it. Let's see if the LR... Actually, you know what? I think this would actually be a better score, because based on this, the LR God Goku is an A. Actually, they're all in the S rank. I don't think it makes a difference. We'll see, though. We'll see. I don't know if that's any different. That might be the same exact score. No, that was better. Okay, so the 3 TURs are slightly better. All right. So this... oh, I have 2 runs left. Okay. Let's try that again. I'm going to do one last attempt with the optimal setup with the whale strat. After that... actually, you know what? No. Let's not do that. Let's use the next level. So if you don't have the physical Dokkan Festival God Goku, which some of you might be in that situation, we're going to use the STR God Goku instead. And then for the extreme side, we are going to go ahead and use... Ooh, okay. Well, if you have the physical SSR, you would obviously make it a TUR. So these two would be unnecessary. So let's go to the next one below that. Let's go to the int. No, let's not do that one. If you didn't do the world tournament, you don't have that. Let's do the STR Champa. Let's do STR Champa, and let's see how much of a difference, how much of a penalty that's going to give us. All right, so everything is the same. Support lines are obviously ridiculous. So this is not going to be, you know, ideal for some of you. But the reason why we're keeping everything as the same is to keep the conditions consistent. So you can see how much the connectors influence the score. So when you're considering the situation for yourself, assume that your connectors or your support lines from your friend units are going to be a little bit less, you know, try-hardy than these. That might help put the possible score into perspective. Okay. I could totally do the Champas here, but we're trying to get the best score using suboptimal connectors. So I think I'm just going to keep it on the God Gokus. Based on what we know, you don't want to be picking the blue Goku. You want to be picking the red one, or the, not the AGL, but the STR one. So we're going to go for the top 3 God Gokus in that row. All right. Top 3 God Gokus. Let's see what kind of score this gets us. So my score has been 145 million. That's with best support lines, best connectors. Now we're using the next best one. Instead of using the SS rank, we're using the S rank for the super side, and we're using the S rank for the extreme side. $136. So you can still get some decent scores without having the best connectors. Your support lines will have to be probably a little bit better, but you can do it. Let's do one final run. Let's do one final run. I'm going to burn all my runs for the day in the name of science. I'm going to do my final run on the original Dokkan Festival, like tryhard setup. I really want to get a Champa score. So let's just do it all right here. Will picking all Champas. If we don't have enough, I'm going to pick just extremes. If we have like 2 Champas, I'll pick the 2 and I'll pick a hit. If the Champas can give us a decent score, that'll also be nice to see. Final run of the video, folks. Oh, perfect. Okay. So we're going to use physical, TUR SSR, and the int at the top. Okay. Let's see what kind of score this gets us. 145 mil is my average score with my optimal setup. Using God Gokus. Now using Champa. I'm going to say 141. Oh my gosh. They're actually pretty similar. Okay. So not much of a drop in score if you use Champas as the attack or connector, whatever the trio. I don't know what those things are called. Instead of the God Gokus. All right, we learned a lot today, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. So hopefully you guys were able to understand some of the keys here. Once again, I think the #1 thing that you want to look out for is if you come across you come across a friend unit with 1, 2, 3, 4 Champas, that's a keeper. You want to go for that. And then for the God Gokus, just comb through this graphic here. Make sure the God Gokus skewer as high as they possibly can. Not skewer, skew as high as they possibly can in this list. If you find a couple B tiers, look for some A tier replacements. If you can't do that, just try to make sure that the units that you come across are as high as possible in this list. So once again, shout out to Misaka and best of luck to all of you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what was your first score on the run so far? What were your connectors? What were your setups like? And were you able to improve your score using some of the tips you found in this video? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know when to see more of my stuff. Do it! Once again, folks, remember, this is day 1, hour 1. Things are subject to change, so check the pinned comment for any updates. But thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly. Bye-bye.